Hello and welcome back to F1 Weekly. My name is Ben Wevel and I'm going to take you through all of the big news stories and exciting developments in Formula 1 this week. I'm afraid if you listened to the episode a few days ago, you'll know that I've not been able to keep myself from making a further one before January comes around. So another premature Happy New Year to all who listen to this episode. You can now listen to my podcast on Apple Podcasts, as well as other services mentioned in the previous episode. Once again, all the links can be found in the description. Despite what the lengths of these podcasts may suggest, quite a lot of effort goes into making them a reality, so I'd really appreciate it if you liked, subscribed, followed, or reviewed. Obviously, it depends on what platform you're on. If you do any of these things, then DM me on Instagram at F1Weekly_ with no capitals, and I will give you a shout out on whatever social media platform you wish. Also DM me to let me know what you would like me to talk about next time. Now let's get into episode 3. Last time, I talked about the possibility of Red Bull coming home with a championship under their belt in the 2021 season. However, a few days ago, I read an article about McLaren being title contenders next season, with their fabulous third-place Constructors' Championship finish in 2020 seeming like a stepping stone to future glory. However, even their team principal, Andreas Seidel, admitted that the car was, and still may be for a number of years, miles behind that of the Mercedes and Red Bull camps. But in the thrilling third-place battle that went right to the line this year, McLaren were able to overcome their rivals of Racing Point and Renault with more consistent finishes, something that others could not replicate. On the other hand, last season's car, the MCL35 model, struggled in the downforce, tailwind and low speed balance areas, contrary to its reliability, which helped the team to score double points finishes on most of the Grand Prix this season. The team are facing large changes for 2021. With their contract with Renault engines ending, they have signed a new one with Mercedes. This will mean changes to the chassis, gearbox, engine, cooling system, and more, as explained by Technical Director James Key, formerly of Toro Rosso. Despite positive developments of the 2020 car being made, thanks to the prize money and sponsorship deals that McLaren have received, and the injection of experience arriving with the 31-time podium-receiving Daniel Ricciardo, I believe that McLaren still have their work very much cut out for them if they want to properly contend for the title next year and in the years to come. I feel sorry for Charles Leclerc, I really do. This year was his to shine in, with the Ferraris seeming to be of at least some competitive stature compared to the Mercedes last year, and Sebastian Vettel having clearly lost some of his driving prowess. However, thanks to one of the worst Ferrari cars since the non-race winning 642 and 643 models of the 1991 season, this year's engine underperforming embarrassingly regularly, he was unable to majorly benefit from his teammates' dreadful record this season, Seb only reaching the third round of qualifying 3 times, with a championship points gap to Charles of over 50, and his only podium finish coming due to a last lap lock-up by Charles himself. If I were in this position, I'd feel frustrated at the lack of performance from my car, which is supposed to be a championship contender. But Charles managed to see the good side of it, saying, "It's been a tiring season, but looking back, I'm quite satisfied." I find myself quite unconvinced by these words of self-encouragement, and I'm failing to see where this mythical satisfaction could possibly be coming from. Charles went on to say that he felt he had grown a lot, which is understandable, as we have all had to grow into the new normal that has been necessary to fight coronavirus. He's clearly a very talented driver with lots of promise for the future, possibly with another team, unless Ferrari can get their act together before they turn into a boring, underperforming team for the rest of their days. But one area that he has particularly struggled in is keeping cool in the first few laps of the race, with two similar incidents putting a stop to his race and others, in the Styrian and Sakir Grand Prix. This shows that coming into his 4th year in for F1, he still has a lot to learn and needs time to develop his skill as a driver and take unnecessary risks less often, so that he may have a better chance to pick up a race victory or two in 2021. Thank you for listening to this week's episode of F1 Weekly. Remember to share this with whoever you feel like, and DM me any ideas that you have for next time on my Instagram at F1Weekly_. Have a very happy new year, and I will see all of you in January.